Hopeful things move along.
Boy, Allie, wouldn't that be something? And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You take a look at the Mavericks. They slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Seeing where Houston is, they got written off by a lot of people early on, but they've shown everyone up by delivering a strong season so far.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Johnson is out there with Green. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Şengün in at the power forward position. And then for the Brooklyn Nets, Julius Randle out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Kobe White. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Durant in at the 3. And for teams outside the playoff hunt, that 1-2-3 Cancun chant is going around now, Clark.
I think former player Nick Van Exel, supposedly the originator of that 1-2-3 chant.
Here we go.
VA. You wonder whether some airlines might want to use that one for a marketing.
So it looks like the Heat, the Grizz, the Warriors, and the Cavs are all fighting for that #1 spot in the power rankings. We only have 3 games this week. The first game is against the Nets. Second one is in New York still against the Knicks. Then we go back home to Houston to play the Hawks. Now, the only team we're playing. Ooh, look at that defense. Hold up. Before I continue, we got Isaac back. I think either the week before last week, I think. We went against the Jazz, I believe. And I think we're ready for the playoffs, bro. Like we're healthy, and as you can see, Isaac can guard anybody, whether it be LeBron James in the West, KD in the East. You know what I'm saying? We're probably gonna put him on, you know, shit, anybody, honestly. Like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. But yeah, he's going to be the defensive stopper that we need because, you know, I can only guard so many people, you know what I mean? Like, a person like KD is not on my list of people to guard. So Isaac is definitely about to be one of the most important people I can say is going to be on our team to help us in the playoffs. But yeah, out of the teams that we're facing, the Knicks are not in the playoffs, and the Hawks are not in the playoffs. I don't believe, and the Nets are fighting.
He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Fred VanVleet has been on display for the Brooklyn Nets. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back after this. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
A full line. Just 5 to shoot.
Yeah, so I actually scratched that. I think I seen the Hawks in the power rankings.
With a rebound.
The Nets are still fighting for a playoff position, though. They're close. If they can win out for the next however long,
Houston will come the other way. And after
this
game wraps up, they're off to New York to take on the Knicks.
Knicks,
that'll be the second
definitely
games on the road.
Definitely. They have been trading
Isaac outside.
a lot of their players in different spots. Speaking of trading their players,
outside for Green.
You know, the Nets have Julius Randle, Pascal Siakam, and Fred VanVleet, and KD, because that's basically what, you know, they did to keep KD. Instead of trading him away and starting over, it's like, all right, you get rid of Kyrie, but we can help you out a little bit more with some more wings.
Siakam against Green. And here's Randall.
You know, just a all right point guard.
Outside, off the mark.
Kobe White's been kind of doing his thing too, so
Outside, Green.
they have some talent. They just have to put it all together. That's usually been the
Johnson.
The problem when it
Right
comes to
side
the
corner.
Nets, whether it's Kyrie and
Wagner for
KD
three.
or
Drew the
whoever the
foul and
case may
almost
be.
hit the three-point
Good shit by
bucket.
Mo.
But he'll head to the line. And he nails the third.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Kevin, we saw some moments of frustration for you early. What are you seeing out there?
Well, I missed a lot of shots. I'm just trying to be aggressive. I missed some wide open threes and some shots I normally hit, so I just got to continue to keep being aggressive. My teammates looking for me. We got to do a better job on defensive end.
Well, sometimes defense can lead to offense, so best of luck moving forward. Guys?
Appreciate it, Allie. And
End up with a 5-point lead. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
The bench scoring has been a big key for them. They came in with energy, and they were able to give the starters a real break because of the way they performed. That's the kind of production every team hopes to have from their second unit.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the visiting team.
I'd like to see them get to the line more, but to do that, you got to be aggressive. Force the action, drive the lane, make the defense react to what you're doing. If they can do that, I think they have a good chance of pulling out a win.
Yeah, man, 7 points, three rebounds, and 2 assists. That is the work of Jonathan Isaac on defense. That is KD's stats at the half. 7 points. Come on, man.
Vanderbilt's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, with that kind of
That's a
height,
defender
you've
right
got
there.
to
I
send
mean, they
help
got Jared
defensively.
Vanderbilt, but
Timeout called. Houston.
man, we got Jonathan Isaac.
The visitors with the ball.
All right, this shit is real.
Outside Johnson.
Defense is real.
Trifecta.
Let me get that.
Johnson's got 31.
Huh?
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets
He
have
up
come
for
from
real.
way beyond the arc.
Back to Vanderbilt. Pass to Balmaro. Down low. Oh, and a
see.
beautiful feed leads to a
Goes
monster
Vanderbilt,
jam.
but
What he might lack in height
hey,
at the
man,
4 spot,
I'm just so
he makes
excited
up for it
about
with his
how our
burst.
defense is gonna play. Just out of, damn, you gonna let me get that
Johnson
spot again?
sinks it from
Jeez,
distance.
is that really all it
For 2
takes?
from
I feel like
outside
Dame
here in the
Lillard.
third.
All right,
To the
but
paint. Here's Noel.
yeah,
Pass to
we
Balmaro.
I think are the leaders
Drops in the
in
Well, there's
points
nothing
per
like
game
being unselfish as a player, and
when it comes to
Noel was
defense.
outstanding in that
So
regard. Reading
I
the
think we
entire
average
floor and
the
finding
least
his guys
points
for
per
high
game
percentage shots.
let up by an
the pass to
opponent. You
Johnson.
know what I'm saying? Like, people don't really score
13. Jump shot
a
is good
lot
that time.
against us.
Johnson's got 30.
It's a second
And
chance point.
that's the work of DeAndre Jordan. It's the work of Sengun. Sometimes.
Houston has
And
got nothing
for the
to
most
fall
part, the
from
work of
outside the
Jonathan
arc here in
Isaac.
the fourth. 0 for 4.
And
So
me,
the Houston
of course
5
me.
right now.
But me, Jonathan,
Isaac is out
and
there with
DeAndre
Reed. Then there's Kevin
are
Porter.
playing
Then there's Russell
ridiculous
Westbrook.
levels
And
of
it's
defense
Johnson in a
at 3
2-guard.
different
Here's
types of
Green.
positions.
The
So
rebound
it's
by the
like
Nets.
3 different levels of the
Randall's got
court.
his
Me,
8th rebound
of
here
course,
tonight.
above
To
the
the
3-point
inside.
line,
Stolen by Westbrook.
indoor,
Here's
just
the
making
break.
sure a guard
Oh,
isn't.
there's
Oh,
Shot
oh
by
wow.
Johnson, no good. Brooklyn has got
This
just
might have
one of
been
6 threes to go
the
in
first
fourth.
time
And
in
so he draws
NBA
the
Start
foul.
Today
And
I
here's Van
recorded
Vliet. Outside White.
a missed alley-oop.
Pass to Durant from behind the arc.
I fell to the
And
ground.
they get it
Everything.
back.
That's crazy.
And his teammates appreciate the energy. Nice
Yeah,
job
man.
to keep the possession
DeAndre got the
going.
paint
Count
on
that
lock.
one.
Isaac got the middle on lock / paint.
Timeout call. Houston.
I got the perimeter / middle on lock. And if guards are going to the paint, I'm gonna funnel them to DeAndre.
Now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
He has truly put on a show out there tonight, tearing it up on both ends of the floor. So impressive. And the other squad has looked helpless to stop him.
Well, he's getting in a groove at the perfect time, just as they're getting ready to do battle in the postseason. Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Over the break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He loves these.
To the task.
Team foul.
He gets the first, and that brings him within 10. And so the road team gets the W in this one. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready, and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. So long, everybody.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. A breathtaking view of the New York City skyline as taken from the Empire State Building. We're coming to you live from Manhattan. A good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for DeAndre Jordan.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Johnson is out there with Porter. Then it's Green. Then it's Jordan. And it's Şengün in at the 4 for the Knicks. They've got Gallinari. And it's Garuba in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered. At the point guard position in particular, much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Yeah, you got to be a triple threat at every position. And at the point guard, it just commands so much more attention. They're the initiators of the offense. There's so many guys who are...
I figured why not give Jonathan Isaac a break. I mean, we are playing pretty much the team with...
On the wing, Porter.
I want to say top 3 losses.
They could use a bucket. Kept alive by Houston.
Of all 30 teams, we're probably in the bottom 3 in wins, top 3 in losses. So why not start Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green? You know, just kind of get their confidence going a little bit.
Finding some room there on the perimeter, the lefty
young guns.
Knocks it down.
I can lead them. Older than them in the game.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players
if y'all
to possibly
didn't
coaches,
see in the player of the game of the next game, I have this one move that it's like the equivalent of the LeBron James fuck you three, right? It's like I catch the ball and I'll do this humongous pivot, like a really wild extending pivot. 3 times the charm, 3 times the points. I set my feet, but I was still moving. Yeah, I do this like huge pivot and assess how much room I have.
Well, never giving up on the play. DeAndre Jordan keeps after that.
It's not exactly the fuck you type, you know what I'm saying, but that's the Cobra version of
such a great opportunity right at the
hey, you know, I could have threw the oop to Kevin Porter, but nah, I'll take it.
He was sky high on that finish.
I love this Knicks court, the black and orange. That shit is hard. Goes along with the Knicks. Wow, really? All right, 2K. Yeah, it goes along with the Knicks jerseys. I understand. It's actually a hard court. One of the hardest ones I've seen. I think the hardest 3 courts. Well, I'm gonna say hardest 2. The hardest 2 courts I've seen in the last 3 years is that whiteout Oklahoma City Thunder court, which was crazy. It's like gray and white. That shit is crazy. And of course the Utah Jazz when they first got the fire colors, whatever the hell that shit is. And they changed up the. Oh my God! Hey yo! See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I gotta have these niggas starting, man. Sometimes just to keep their confidence up. You know, I already know what Jonathan Isaac is gonna do. I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna end up starting in the playoffs. Just I don't know. We're gonna be facing somebody, and it's gonna be like, I mean, unless it's like the Kings or some shit, then we really don't necessarily need him. Like, I'm pretty sure Sengun can guard Sabonis. I can guard De'Aaron Fox if anything. But if there's anyone like KD, you know what I mean, one of them type people, then gotta sick him. Face LeBron. Gotta sick him. You know what I'm saying? And then in that case, we would sick DeAndre Jordan on AD. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just don't know how these standings are gonna go. We could fuck around and end up facing the Clippers. You know what I mean? That's when we gotta bring out Jonathan Isaac. Probably gonna end up guarding Kawhi, most likely. I mean, it depends. You know, some people may. Hey, bro! I finally did it. I did the Curry turnaround before it went in. I've been trying to do this all season, bro. All season. I ain't even see it go in. I just know it did. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I haven't done that shit all season. Wow, that was pretty overzealous right there. It's really hard to do. It's not like an animation where it's like, you know, like my player, you shooting, doing emote, fucking cartwheel or some shit. Like, nah, that's just off me just reacting. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so cool. I got to be able to do that. Like, and this is the last week of the season. Like, that's crazy. Last week of the season, I'm damn near missed my first alley-oop for real. I can't really remember the season. And I did my first Curry turnaround 3. Wow.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Taking a look at the Rockets, Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
Their passing is what kept the offense rolling. The communication has been tremendous. Guys are working as a unit and not as individuals. They've got to repeat that kind of ball movement in the second half.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
They're getting punished. Whoop on the glass. That big of a rebounding deficit. Expect them to be down even more. That being said, they can still win this game if they show more fight in the second half.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man,
the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Kevin Porter, also Johnson out there. Jordan is out there with Green, and it's Şengün in at the power forward.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see.
So they have a couple injuries. Ben Simmons is supposed to be playing for the Knicks, and he's out. I didn't really feel the need to tell y'all since they're in the playoffs. There was a Julius Randle sweepstakes back in the beginning of the season. Well, really, there was a Derrick Rose sweepstakes in the beginning of the season, and he ended up going to the Mavericks. And then there was a Julius Randle sweepstakes, which was more our lane. And we didn't necessarily get to get Julius Randle. We ended up getting Corey Kispert out of the Knicks.
In his sleep, the game is just far too easy.
And so it's Houston with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Back right after this. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4.
So it wasn't necessarily the plan for all this to happen. Garuba ended up getting injured. He was the one who was doing all the dirty work, honestly. I mean, Sengun wasn't really doing as much. And Garuba was the one who was starting some games just because he was getting the rebounds, getting the fast break points and stuff. He ended up getting injured. We signed DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan ends up doing the best at center, obviously. But he was just a free agent, you know what I mean? Nobody really had him. Of course, he goes back to Texas. Good defense by Isaac. And then it just feels like, oh my God. Oh my God. Why do people jump with me? Just don't jump with me when it comes to fast breaks like this. Like, come on, bro. What was you thinking? Oh, then I flexed on him.
Here we go, one-on-one.
That's so terrible.
Green with the
like,
and the foul called on the court.
How does that work? You know what I'm saying?
So
anyway,
both teams making some changes here.
We ended up trading Garuba to the Knicks for forget the whole package, but we ended up getting Corey Kispert back, and he's all right. Then Julius Randle ended up going to the Nets.
For Houston, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go
we
down.
just beat the Nets.
Pretty cold down the stretch.
So ha to them.
So we see Houston taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, when do you know when to attack and when to lay off, when to pass and when to shoot?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Well, you're on your A game tonight, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
And yes, you do see Walker Kessler out there. He actually got a double-double, 11 and 13. 31, 15, and 4. 2 turnovers. That's it. 5 for 9 from 3. 12 for 18. How you love that. Broken right ankle, Oklahoma City Thunder. Josh Giddey is gone. So, look at the standings from 8th all the way to the Bulls. It's gonna be very interesting, especially if there's a play-in. So you got the Suns, the Kings, and the Clippers all fighting for that spot, that number 8 spot.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. Brian Anderson here with you. Our analysts tonight, Chris Webber and Grant Hill. Also, Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Brian, as the NBA pivots away from the post and towards the perimeter, we're seeing more teams employ three-guard lineups to great effect, trading some size for skill. We'll see if the trend continues, but guys, for now, it seems that even if there's only one ball, having multiple ball handlers can be very effective.
Oh, very interesting, Allie. Good stuff there. Thank you. And now the Atlanta Hawks starters. Collins at the 4 with Capella at center. Trae Young out there with Evan Fournier. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. And for Houston, they've got Johnson. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then there's Kevin Porter. And it's Green in at the small forward position. Wrapping up the regular season, Chris, man, it's been a good one.
Yeah, guys just keep getting bigger, better, faster every year. I mean, the NBA just continues to turn up.
So Atlanta will get the first possession.
It's the last game of the season. Not only is it the last game, it's the last day of the regular season. So every single team in the NBA is playing today, including the Clippers and the Kings. So we'll see how that one goes.
Outside Johnson shoots over Young.
It's going to determine a lot.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Young, the pass to Collins. While we have a second, here are the NBA's assist leaders since the All-Star break. Number 1, Trae Young.
And since the All-Star break, his passing has been incredible. Just finding his guys in their spots and playing the role of facilitator.
Outside Johnson. Outside for Green. Porter, the pass to Johnson. On the wing, Green. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Man, when I try to force passes and assists, most times it backfires, and that's where I start piling up the turnovers. When I start to feel like I need to pass the ball more.
Johnson is out there with Kenyon Martin.
Like it's just start coming off naturally a little bit more, especially at this point. Ooh, but I don't know. It just once you start trying to force him in there, can't really stop because your teammates are expecting you to force certain passes. I don't know.
You gotta like the game of
It's
really
weird.
skilled at finding space.
But I'm pretty sure Trae Young averages less turnovers than I do, which equals more assists. But one thing they do not have is defense. I was waiting for somebody to be cold so I can take it. Bang! That's what you call defense. I got the defense in the perimeters, man. I got it. Isaac can take the middle. He can take the post. Let's take the post, bro.
Nice passing instincts from Young.
So
quickly moving the ball to a guy with a wide open look.
I mean, we're pretty solid in our positioning. It's more so about the rest of the league. I mean, a lot of the standings. Oh my God. As you've seen from the standings, it's really only the 8th seed that has somewhat of a chance to switch teams. 7th through 1, they're all solidified.
5 on the clock. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Capella. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
I haven't hit a half-court shot yet.
From deep, Johnson. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Houston ending the quarter up 10. And they push the tempo in this one, getting out in transition and making the defense pay. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
taking a look at the Rockets. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, they were really in attack mode. The most telling stat is how many times they got to the free throw line. They weren't all afraid to get their hand and get those elbows dirty. You know I'm a specialist when it comes to the elbows, Ernie.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
They couldn't get anything from beyond the arc. Obviously, plenty of bad shots, but they couldn't even hit wide open. They need to regroup, I'm telling you, regroup with some kind of rhythm and get on pace.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go.
We was down pretty big in the first quarter, but once we put that pressure on them, that motherfucking pressure started to fold like a lawn chair. That defensive pressure ain't no joke, man. We got Nikola Jovic out there guarding me right now. Oh my God. But don't blink, or else you will get taken advantage of. Easy. Ooh. Just a little, you know. Had to hesitate to make sure I did that shit that quick. By the way, I'm wearing the NBA Finals. The Cobra 1 Finals.
And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. The Houston Rockets up 19. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
But it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
So it's the home team now. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Here's Johnson. To the wing, right side. And so the home crowd treated to a win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Allie LaForce, Chris Webber, and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We thank you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you later.
Speaking of finals, I'm in the Ultimate All-Time League Finals right now against the Lakers, wearing the Cobra 1 Finals. That's where they came from, you know what I'm saying? 39, 8-8 looks like my
them both.
stat.
And it's an 8-point ball game. There's 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to man. So it's the Clippers picking up the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Well, Paul, this team seems to be...
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is...
So just checking in on the Clippers, looks like they try to solidify their spot. All it takes is for the Kings to lose. That's all it takes.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Stephen, how special is it to share your success with your family?
That's what it's all about, man. I know you know when your kids get to enjoy the game and the show, and it's fun. So I'm glad I did something good for them in the fourth quarter.
They'll remember all of it, I'm sure, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
Absolutely insane. Kai Jones out, broken right kneecap. Where the Clippers started this season specifically. Look at last year's standings. 50, 50, 50. Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, Chicago, Cleveland, Toronto. That's just the East. And when you go to the West, you see Phoenix, Golden State, Memphis, Utah, Dallas, Denver, Minnesota. Some of those people aren't there, especially Utah. So things changed. Things changed this year. What changed? Let's look at the power rankings. Got Miami, Cleveland, Memphis. New Orleans is up there. Atlanta, Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? 2K Sports switched things up a little bit. We're number 7 in the power rankings. Dallas, San Antonio. I'm just proud of the Clippers, man. They started at the very bottom in the beginning of the season, and now they're in the playoffs. Shout out to them. Real talk.